Good night, everyone.
Just making sure that my make sure the microphone is working correctly.
Pray that everyone can hear me well.
Yeah. So audio looks good. Great.
I hope you guys can hear me well. I can't see the comments or anything. As I go on here, as you guys can see, I have that next to the screen for sure. You guys can hear me. Alright, sounds good. Just bring that song down a bit. Alright. We have two audio sources on here. Alright. I think we're looking good now. Alright. Alright. I think we're looking good. Alright, there you go. Alright. So I'll have to monitor the chat from my iPad. Okay. So tonight we'll be going through the CSEC Geography May-June 2024. That's the first paper of 2. I'm really down to time here, so we're gonna get right into it. God help us to do this well, alright? So, first question going into which country is located 13 north and 59? Let me get my pen, a crayon. Alright, let me get that going. Alright, so we're saying 13 north. Remember how I guys did it? Like I said, it's somewhere in this region, as we know. And then 59 will obviously be somewhere in there. And so 59 looks like we're looking here, right there. Okay. And is it 13? Yeah, that looks good. So we're looking for Barbados, 1C. Okay, 1C. Number 2, Santo Domingo is located where? Santo Domingo is right here. Oh, that's directly on that 70. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Alright, we're looking at B here. 2B. Right? Looking at B. 3. Oh, I think it would be do the following city. Which city is located 1,000 km from Montego Bay? We are looking at Santo Domingo. 3. Now, in you guys' exams, you guys will be able to measure it using your scale right there. Okay. An airplane is sent on Puerto Rico right here for Barbados. So you're coming this way. Coming in this general direction here. So we're going to our southeast towards B. 5. What time is it in Belmont Pan? Oh boy, I don't know that word. It's 3 p.m. What is the time in Santo Domingo? It'll be really different by an hour. So we're looking at 5B. Are you guys understanding so far? It'll be nice to hear you guys out to see what you guys are thinking. Are you guys? I haven't seen anyone say anything in the chat so far. Alright, so I want to have an active box. Alright, number 6 is going in. What is the gradient of the slope, right? So we have a question: the horizontal distance between 2 points on the slope is 400. Alright, and the distance is a height of 80 meters. So let me go ahead. It's a formula, well, not formula, but there's a way you can actually calculate it. The gradient can be described as what? So it's steep. When the lower the number, the steeper the gradient actually is, right? Moving on quickly, right? We're going quick tonight, folks. Right? What type of slope is that? X and Y. X and Y is here. So we have a skirt, which also means steep, right? steep slope. We have some close gradients here. Number 9, moving on very quickly. What is the grid reference for point B? Alright, so point B is here. We're looking at something like this. We're going across something like that. Alright, and so point A would be C, 736,507. Alright, moving on quick. Number 10, and I'm following my paper actually, okay? I'm just giving you guys the answers and letting you guys remember it, right? Number 10, which of the following types of settlements will most likely develop between point Y and Z? Point Y and point Z are here, so we already know that's linear, right? Then linear, that should be a linear settlement there. The type of farming system which is most likely existing at point A will be right here. We know we're looking at commercial, large scale commercial farming, right? Large scale commercial farming. Moving on to question 12. Surprised they haven't. Oh, yeah, they do. Alright, which of the following pairs of points is indivisible, right? Meaning that you can see from both sides according to the contour map. We're looking at Q and S, as Q and S are about the same, are on the same height, right? So number 13. Between which of the following points is the gradient the steepest? Remember, like I said, gradients are typically steep when there's closing contours, so we're looking at right here, right? So Q and R, 13C. Moving on, the annual temperature range shown above is what? So what you guys have to do is to find range and subtract the greatest, the highest temperature minus the lowest temperature, so you'll be able to get 3. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all these in detail. Oh, my camera's hiding here. I'm too big. Oh man.
I'll make it a bit smaller there. Is that better? Does that work? I made it a bit smaller. Sorry about that. I did not realize that.
Thank you for letting me know. Very great. Is that better? I brought it. I think that should be better, right? 15. The type of climate shown above. Question 15. The type of climate shown above would be an equatorial. Right? Equatorial. Good night, guys. I pray all is well. I pray you guys are ready for tomorrow. So I'm just helping you guys prep for that. We're just doing 2 papers, 2014 and 2023. God's willing, because I'm on a really tight schedule here, and I also have to study as well. Right? I have geography tomorrow also. All right. Moving on nicely. In which country is urbanization occurring the fastest? That will be B, right? 16B. Well, yeah, because Z, as you can see, is greater. Yeah. Okay.
One moment, guys. I'll be right back. Just one moment. Alrighty, sorry about that.
I had to assist with my brother. Alright. Sounds like he's coming back. Alrighty, let's try and get what we can. Which of the following presentations would be most suitable for the information in the table above? 17 would be a bar. Most definitely. Considering you could have like your values on Y, leaving X, and you can have a double. Alright, well, yeah, double one compared this one, and I can use a key to get there. Alright, 18. The single most important difference between weather and climate, I would love to say, is the length of time it's considered. Remember, climate is long, right? Long lasting, while weather is just very unpredictable. It happens at any time, any moment in time, right? Moving on nicely. Alright, the largest change in the annual mean global temperatures occurred over the period of, right? Well, we look, if you can see from the eye, this right here looks like the greatest. So I'd say from 1970 to 1990. General trend. All right, Alright, sorry about that. Had to help my brother. Alright, so question 20. The general trend of the annual mean global temperature shown in the graph above is what? Alright, so clearly from just looking at it, we can see a fluctuation there going on, right? So I'd say 20B. Are you guys seeing the paper clearly? Is everything good? Is everything good? Tell me. Let me know. Can't really tell. What degree of change in global temperatures was recorded between 1910 and 1940? Alright, so 1910, right here, 1940, right here. So the gradient difference of 1910, and this little line here, yeah. And this one right here, and this one, yeah. Alright, so we're looking at B, 20, that's 21, right? 21B. We're looking at 21B for this one. Alright, 22. 22. Which part of the island I, or IB, right, has the smallest population? We have a key on our side. Pay attention to that given key. When they give you that key, you gotta look at that key. You gotta pay keen attention to that key, right? So, they're asking for the smallest population, right? And so, the smallest population, as you can see, would be IB. Because there's no, from the key shown, it shows us in the key that that's the answer, right? 23, moving on nicely. The map shows population density. Is it density? Density? Yeah, population density. 23. 24, moving on nicely. I don't know if my camera is working accordingly though. I think my internet is really bad. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm working to the best of my abilities here.
I wonder if I can change that. Alrighty. I think that should do it. I don't know if that's actually gonna do it.
Can you guys see me? Oh boy, my camera flipped. I didn't even realize that my camera flipped. Wow. Alright. You guys should be able to see me now, right? Okay, sorry about that. I did not realize that my camera flipped.
My first time doing this, so please extend me some grace, alright? A bit nervous, but trying my best to focus. A volcanic spine develops when the lava is... Alright, 24A for this one. Subduction occurs. You already know where subduction occurs. That's at the convergent plate boundaries, right? Alright, the feature shown at R. Feature. That's volcanoes, right? You know that's volcanoes. Moving on. Which of the following great boundaries and margins are shown? As you can see from the diagram, we have these two plates coming together from the arrow. So we're looking at C. Convergent. What year is this? This is 2014, right? We're doing 2014. We're going back a bit just to make sure that we don't miss any of those good old questions that might show up in our exam tomorrow. God's will, right? 28. Looking on nicely. Alright, 28. Which of the following statements is true of all volcanoes? Of all volcanoes. Various gases are emitted during eruption. Okay, that one looks good to me. They occur at weak point, yes sir. Alright, good. There erupts a violent. No, that one is not true. Because at a divergent plate, it can be less violent compared to a convergent. So we're looking at 28 here. 29. What does X represent in this diagram? And this is A. Okay. 30. The diagram above shows the process of the water cycle. Alright, the feature of M, we know that's our D. You've seen this question as of recent. The 32. Which of the following features forms an area marked N? We know that's our floodplain. Alright, so 32C. 33. Precipitation by river usually occurs when its velocity value. I say D, because everything here says increase. That's not true. It's D. It's when the velocity decreases, right? Are you guys understanding, or am I going too fast? Should I slow down? I don't know, I'm not seeing anyone. Hello, sir. Yes, alright, that's good. I pray all the best for everyone, actually, tomorrow. God's willing, right? Am I going too fast? I don't want to know. I think my stream is a bit delayed, by the way. I've not noticed. It's a bit delayed. Alright, sorry about my camera, by the way. I'm really sorry about that. Alright, am I going too fast, guys? You want me to slow down? Need me to explain anything? You guys can tell me at any point in time. Going good? Alright, perfect. We're going good. So, 34. Which of the following features is an intrusive feature, volcanic feature? That's A. Right off the bat, this is extrusive, right? 35. 35. Which of the following types of sediments will most likely develop at a road junction? Now, this one, I had a question about this one because I still don't know. Well, the answer is C, but me being a student myself, sometimes you really think about certain questions, and I'm wondering why it's not A. And if anyone in here would like to, give me their opinion on why it's not A, that would be very nice, right? 36. Which of the statements below may explain why some areas in the Caribbean territories are sparsely settled? Sparsely settled meaning a lot of people are, either not living there at all, or just one or two people in that area, right? So they are hilly and forested. This is what, 36, right? 36, alright. So they are hilly. Yep, that's true. They have no mineral resources. Yep. Transport. Yep. Alright, so look at everything here. That looks good. 37. Why has there been a decline in the population within the municipal boundaries of most capital cities in the Caribbean? Okay. Land has been redeveloped for business. That is completely true. The residential environment has deteriorated somewhat. Yeah, I guess you can ignore that. What are you guys' thoughts on this question, actually? The number of factories has increased. That's true, but to say the number of factories in the Caribbean has increased is a very interesting statement to go with. But we're looking at everything here, right? So we're looking at B, 37B. That looks good. Which of the following explains the population growth in urban centers in the Caribbean? Age population? No. Increasing immigration? No. High birth rates and that rates? No. But the migration from rural areas. Alright? And that's what CSEC is looking for you to say. going back up now. 39, which of the following statements is true about present farming? Individual farms are small? Yes. Automatically, yes. They're mainly family owned, they're small growing farms, right? 40. Rapid urbanization in improving countries usually resulted in housing shortages, increased employment, improvement in the standard of living, decreased crime rates. 8. Housing shortages. If there's too much of it happening at one time, this can cause, some people to have house shortage, right? 41. We're going good. We're almost done. Moving on to our second paper soon. Go to right? 2023. Which of the following is classified as a tertiary industry? Does geography usually repeat? Yes, geography usually repeats pretty much majority of the time. That's kind of how it is for all papers. However, this year they have been bringing some new questions, so you guys have to also do a little bit of studying as well, right? But mainly look at these past papers. Make sure you get make sure you get all these repeat questions correct, and then use your knowledge, right? Once you prepare yourself well and study and stuff. That's why I'm trying to, So yes, geography normally repeats, right? So which of the following is classified as a tertiary industry? Tertiary industry, we're talking about services. Tourism is jumping at me, right? Tourism is jumping at me. Because fishing is, that's primary, I would say. Oil refining, I guess you could say processing. And then food processing, right? Alright, 42, we're going good. Which of the following have resulted from the setting up of secondary industries in the Caribbean? Reduction of load. Alright, so we're looking at B here. We're looking at B. Tell me if you guys are understanding the concepts of these, by the way. If you guys have seen these questions before, I'm pretty sure you guys have. Alright. So 43. How long have I been live for? 27 minutes. Wow. Felt much longer than that, actually. Alright, 43. Which of the following? I don't like questions like these. I like when they give me questions like this, when I can just answer directly, because they need me to really sit and think here. Which of the following measures do governments use to influence the location of industries? Alrighty. This is good. Alright. See. Which of the following, yes, I like questions. Which of the following is the most serious problem hindering rapid agricultural development in the Caribbean? Lack of capital. I've seen this question many times, and I totally agree with this question. Lack of capital, right? Which of the following would not be classified as arable? Farming, cattle ranching. 45 is. Right? 46. Which of the following methods are used by Caribbean governments to improve farming in the region? 46 is really making us think here. Which of the following methods are used by Caribbean governments to improve farming? Providing more land, small farming. Yeah. Providing loan for the person. Yeah. And trying to. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so everything B. 46, we're looking at B there. We're looking at B for 46. 47. What of the following is the most important in considering the location of the primary industry? I've seen this question many times. We know that it is B, right? 48. Which of the following are problems affecting industrial development in the Caribbean? Industrial development in the Caribbean, right? So a large labor force, that's a benefit. I don't know, limited capital, yeah, limited resources, perfect. So we're looking at C for that one. Some questions are really common sense, if I would say, so you gotta really sit and think about it and, analyze the questions accordingly. What are the following is a form of air pollution? Oil pollution, oil spills, sorry, that's more like C. Raw sewage, C as well, kinda, and mercury poisoning, definitely not the air, right? 50, almost done. Which of the following poses the most serious threat to the rivers in the Caribbean? How many papers are you going through? Maximum 3. Maximum is 3 right now due to some circumstances, right? But I'm trying to at least cover 2 papers, right? I don't know if that's good enough. If you guys want me to do more than 2, I'll try my best to make myself available, right, to do so. If you guys would request any papers, it's totally okay. But I mean, I only have a limited amount of papers. Yeah, this is the first paper I'm doing. Yeah, this is the first paper. This is the first one. 2020. I have 2023 here getting ready to answer some. Alright, but this is the first one we're doing. 2014, right? 2014 May June. Oh, very very old paper. However, you know that many of these questions repeat from many years back, right? So where are we now? 50, right? Alright, 50. What of the following poses the most serious threat to the rivers? This is 50. Serious threat to the rivers. 50. Alright. I'll say deforestation and erosion. Improper fishing. What do you guys think about this question right here? 50. What do you think the answer is? I'll wait on you guys. I want to include you guys into this because I don't want this to be boring where I just answer questions and then move on. I want to be interactive with my audience. I guess I can call you guys that. So what do you guys think 50 is? Question 50. What do you think question 50 is? You guys let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think it? Is it, well, you guys can, think about any of the options. I don't know why I thought I was thinking, I remember when I did this question a while ago, I said tourist activities. Because if you think about it, tourists, but then again, they said rivers though. Tourists are more, if you think about it from a real logical perspective, I'd say tourists are mainly on beaches. But I mean, they do tours to rivers and stuff in some Caribbean countries, right? Which have rivers, right? I believe that could possibly be done in Guyana, other places like that. So apparently, I mean, it's C, but I think it's C. Deforestation and erosion. Considering that since it's rivers, I would automatically think that there would be some trees and some stuff going on there, right? And once you have deforestation, that can cause leaching and all those different things, which can cause erosion, soil erosion, and that can be worse, right? Which can be a threat to the rivers, right? But I'm not sure. I'm thinking tourist activities as well. I'm thinking tourist activities, right? Look, if you guys have if you guys have a thing on that question, then let me know, right? Moving on right now. Where did it go? 51. Which of the following usually causes coastal pollution in the Caribbean? Coastal pollution, we're talking about beaches and stuff, right? And so we're talking about coastal, we are definitely talking about oil spills from ocean-going vessels, yeah, poison fumes from iron and steel, discharge of brief materials in the river, yeah. So looking at B. 51, B. So looking at 52. Which of the following sources of energy is least likely to harm the environment? Solar. No doubt about it, solar. Everything else, nuclear, horrible, natural gas, horrible, oil, horrible, right, in certain cases. Right? Going on 53, which of the following sequences usually occur when soil erosion, right? So if we're talking about soil erosion, you have to start off with deforestation, right? So A and B are out automatically. Decreased infiltration, yeah, you can't increase, yeah, no. So 53 is B. 53 is B, right? 54. Which of the following practices may help to eliminate problems of pollution created by household waste? Right, so we're on the human side of things, right? Human side of things, and natural, human and natural, right? So depositing in the sea, horrible. Piling up, no, good spots, no. Dumping along water sources, courses, sorry, burying and covering with soil. Okay, that looks a bit better right there. So 54 D. Do the following exerts the greatest pulling. Remember the pulling effect. If you guys do so, some of you guys do social studies, against push and pull, right? And pull factors are mainly good, right? So pull effect on the tourism in the Caribbean, we know we're talking about our climate. It's much different than a lot of climates around the world. Now, this question had me in a very much of a loop when I was doing it in my actual class for prep for my mock exams. Well, not in mock exams, but for prep in mock exams at school. Which of the following will create water pollution along the coast shown on the map? So the coast here. All of that. It's a coast. Alright? And so treatment of sewages. Removal of swamp vegetation. No. Case on proposal of domestic waste. Yes. So we're going 56A. 56A looks good to me. Right? Moving on. 57. Which of the following can pollute the underground water supply? We're looking at C here. Pesticides and chemical fertilizers. Right? That's what we're looking at. 58. Moving on. Which of the following contributes most? Yeah, keyword most, meaning that all of them probably cause pollution. However, there might be just one of them that's most common. The pollution of the environment of capital cities in CARICOM. Discharge of chemicals in the sea. Not particularly, no. Discharge of fish waste in the sea. Exhaust and fumes from motor vehicles. In the Caribbean, we're full of cars and all these big trucks and stuff driving all about every day, right? So 58, I'll go with that one. 59, coming to an end for the first paper. Which of the following practices may harm the marine environment of the Caribbean? I need a moment, guys.
All right, I can finally now relax and take my time because I had to balance with assisting with my brother, but now I'm okay with that now, right? Okay, God, thank you, Lord.
60. Alright, I'll go back over 59 because I didn't really cover 59 at all. Alright, so which of the following practices may harm the marine environment of the Caribbean? Alright, so zoning of marine activities, that's actually good. That's protecting them actually. However, harvesting of coral formation, no, I put, yeah. Yeah. So this is going to harm them, obviously. And then discharging, yeah, that's going to harm the marine environment, right? 60. Which combination of factors would most likely result in flooding? C. Flooding, that's our keyword there. Flooding, right? And so, can you guys hear that, by the way? Do I need to turn up my microphone, or is everything good? Can you guys hear me clearly or anything? Is my video good? because I have no clue. I have no idea. Right? And so, C, which is the following combination that is most likely resulting from soil conservation methods in use, that's not going to cause it, while deforestation will cause it, because maybe erosion and dumping, yes, that will cause it. Alrighty, we have covered our first paper. 2024 is out. Thank you, Lord. Because 2020 was one really old paper, huh? Glory to God. God is faithful, huh? Alright, so that's one paper down. Okay, one paper down in about 40 minutes. That's good. One paper down about 40 minutes. That's good, because we have some more to run through God's willing for tomorrow. Is there any questions or anything you guys want me to go over on this paper that you may not have seen? Remember, I can probably show you guys the answers if you guys want to take pictures of this, or whatever you may require or need to do. I can assist.
Alright, I think my camera is blocking the way. Should I put it over here? Should I leave it here? I'll leave it there. It's been there the whole time. It's been there the whole time, so I'll just leave it there. Alright.
Is there anything you guys need me to go through in this paper again, or is this paper good and clear? Are you guys okay with this paper? So let me know, right?
Once you guys are clear with this paper, we can go on, right? So let me know. By the way, I haven't communicated much with you guys at all since I started. How are you feeling for tomorrow, God's willing? Are you guys feeling confident? Have you guys studied or anything? How is that going? Alright. How is that going for tomorrow, God's willing? By the way, I just wanted to put this out there. I might be doing this on YouTube. However, you don't have to call me sir. I'm pretty sure I'm your age, right? I'm not. You don't have to call me sir, right? I'm pretty sure I'm taking CXE this exam tomorrow. Go to another with you guys, okay? So you guys don't have to call me sir. Just take that into consideration. You don't have to call me sir. By the way, you see my piano and everything. I'm a musician. Okay, all right. I just wanted to put that out there because you're probably wondering why I said big old keyboard, and as you can see, a bass guitar on the wall, right? And so I'm a musician. Right? I play for the Lord and the Lord only, right? Glory to God. All right. Since there's no one saying anything, which I'm guessing we're okay and we're good to go, we can now go on. We can now go on to our next paper. Right?
Going on to our next paper. 2023, here we go. Are you guys ready? Once I won't be able to see the comments anymore, though. That's not good. I'll probably have to go a bit and check it as I go along. We're going to start 2023 in a moment, okay? Tell me right now, guys. Alright, 2023. What is this looking like now? 2023. Alright, about to start in a moment. Just give me 1 second. Go on, Spud. Okay. Alright, good. Alrighty, so 2023 paper 1 for geography. By the way, I think I might go on the current Springer website. I know he put some geography questions there. So after we do this paper, we can go on that website, and then we all can interact together and try to get those answers right. God's will, alright? So here we go, 2023 May June geography. Let's pray that this is a good paper. Let's pray that this is a good paper. Alrighty. Number 1, here we go. A scale of 1 and 20,000 on the map would indicate that A, 1 cm on the map represents no, 1 unit. Here we go. That's the keyword we're looking for, right? Unit. So number 1 is B. Now we go into our map work. 2. Which island is located 16 north? Like, I always love to do this. 16 north and 61. I think there's a repeat. Oh no, 16 is up here actually. Yeah, let's see if it's up here. 16 is up here. 61 is down here. So 16, I believe, would be somewhere here, and then 61 looks like that. So we're going to see Dominica, right? Dominica is looking like our answer there. Number 3, which city is located 1 km from Santo Domingo? No, I can't answer this question because I don't have, I can't really do it. But if you guys know the answer for this question, it'd be nice if you could put that in the chat whenever you're available to do so. Alright, number 4. An aeroplane, I like to say airplane, A-I-R-P-L-A-N, leaves Port of Spain, pretty much Trinidad, there's nothing right here. And like I like to do is go ahead and put east, north, east, south, and west, right? 4, Jamaica Kingston. This is a repeat question. Kingston, Jamaica, right? So we're looking at northwest here. 40. Alright. Number 5, what's the average annual temperature at this location? So what you guys are going to do is that you're going to add up all these months. You have all of this, and since it's the month of the year, you're going to divide it by 12. Alright? I don't have a calculator on me, however, I do have this, my iPad, so I'll use that. So we have 24 plus 24 plus 26 plus 26 plus 26 plus 27 plus 28. Another 28. I pray I don't get lost. 27, 26 plus 26 plus 26. Oh boy, I had 36. Ah man, right at the end. Alright, 26 minus 36. Alright, divide that by 12. I should get 26.1. Or, well, 6. So the answer should be B. Right? Remember, you have to add up. You have to add up all those right there. Right? Does that make sense? Right? It's pretty much like finding the mean. Someone said C in the chat. C for what? C for this one right here. Number 3. Is it C for number 3? Or are you referring to something else there? If it's C for number, you can put 3C just to indicate, right? Put 3C to indicate it. That's what if you're talking about number 3, at least, right? Alrighty, moving on. Until 3C. Alright, perfect. Thank you so much. 3C, Montego Bay. 3C. I don't have that software. I can get a ruler and measure. What place was it again? Something to me? Yeah. Alright. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Alright, number 6. Moving on. The rainfall pattern on the table indicates what? Rainfall occurs throughout the year. Most of the rainfall occurs at the beginning of the year. There are small amounts of rainfall throughout the year. There's a little variation of rainfall from month to month. Looking at 8. Rainfall occurrence for the entire, throughout the year. Number 7. The type of climate experienced at this location may be described as, this is number 7, right? Tropical marine. B. Tropical marine. Now I'm put on the spot here to answer these questions. Which of the following pairs of points, number 8, is intervisible? Meaning that you can see them. You just saw this. So if you remember clearly, if you remember well from, what do you call it now? From the last paper, you know that this answer would be between Q and S, so Romarii would be B. Because you can see, indivisible means that you can stand at one point and then set another point and be able to see those points, right? So 8 is B. Right? Moving on, number 9. Between which of the following pairs of points is the steepest gradient? Remember, steep gradients, we're talking about very close contour lines, so we're looking at, let's see, same repeat question, right? Alright, so Q and R. Q and R. C. Yes. Q and R. Any questions so far? Are you guys okay? Comfortable? Comfortable? Right? Then let me know. Which of the following phrases refers to northing? Northings are horizontal, right? That increase in value to the north. Can be. Moving on. I would love if I could have seen the chat somewhere else instead of just on my iPad. That would have been really nice. Alright, 11. Of our bearings questions, right? The bearing of X from W. So this from X from W. So we're going this way. Now you've seen this question before. We go ahead and put our north, which is 0. East, which is 90 degrees. South, which is 180. Length of the straight line is 180 degrees. And we have west, which is 270. So automatically we can see that all of this is out. All of this is out. And so we have 11. 12, the interval. Oh, that's 12. That's interesting. I'm going to delete all of this. Too much. Alright. So number 12 would be the interval. So we're going, intervals would be these little numbers that you see here. Contour intervals. So this is 80, that's 100, that's 120. We're clearly going up by 20. Some of you guys understand that? And we can go on from there, so hope you guys are getting this. It's the main part. Hope you guys are getting this. Alright. Alrighty. Moving on nicely then. Alright, 13. That's right, you finished that. Yeah, alright, we're done with 12. Alright, same repeat question as we seen just now in our 2014 paper. Clearly. And we're getting a lot of repeats here. Alright. Number 13 is where we are. 13 is where we are currently. Alright, which of the sediments will most likely develop between Y and Z? These are the exact same questions. We know from the last question that this is a linear. Alright. Hope you guys understand that. Linear settlements, meaning that their houses formed on a straight road. 14. Alright, 14. What type of farming system is most likely existing? X, remember the last question, this is actually A if I'm correct. Right? It's the same answer, however. 14B. Right? Moving on. Alrighty. This looks different. Good. We have a different looking question. The landforms shown at X and Y respectively are a landforms at X and Y. So X is, it looks like it's at sea level here. Oh my laptop, look at that. X is shown to be at sea level here. So we're looking at a coastal plain and then a round top hill. Yeah. Alright, we're looking at A. You guys understand that? Can you explain 12 for me? How do I find the vertical end? Alright. So let's go back to number 12, okay? Let's go back to number 12. Let me erase all of this so I wouldn't confuse you. Alrighty. There's too much stuff here. Alright.
Give me one moment. Sorry, I'm just seeing your comment now. Like I said, it's just I really would have really liked to do this. All right. So you're asking me now, in the world, right? How do we find, all right, the vertical interval? Vertical interval is pretty much just the what these contour lines increase by. So what you can possibly do is an easy method. You can go ahead and say, okay, you have 40 right here. That's one number. You have 60 there. You can come and say 60 minus this 0 and 0, 0. 6 minus 4 is what? 2. All right, so that's how you got 20. Or you can just look at it visually and say, all right, we have 20 here. This is the next contour line. It's 60. What am I going up by? We're going up by 20. When I get here now, when I'm right here, so 60 and 80, 80 is your next contour line. That's the only contour line after this one, right? You can say, okay, if this is 60 and this is 80, what am I going up by? 2. If this is 100 and this is where we are now, we're at 80, so this is 100, so we're going up by what? 220, so 220, sorry. And then we have 100 and you have 120, right? So we can tell that we're going up by 20. So that's how you would find your vertical interval. Pretty much just, like I said, one method you could use is by subtracting to the nearby points, right? And you should be able to find it accordingly. I pray you understand it, right? Pray you understand it. 15. Someone said 15 is C. All right, so he's saying C, flat. Well, it is flat. Too, it is flat, but you have to remember that it's increased. It's still a hill, right? You have 50 here, you're going up by 50 here as well. So you have a steep gradient. So we're looking for something with a hill, and it's very shown that it's a round top hill. So that's why my answer is A. However, if you're sticking with C, then that's fine. Okay, that's completely fine. But we're looking at A here. All right, we're looking at A here. All right, landform shown here is most likely a B, Dula. Right? It's not a cave, not a cockpit, not a crater. It's a B, Dula. Moving on. All right, we have a little sketch. We can tell that this is our equator, prime meridian. All right, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. All right, you're welcome. All right. This is Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer is at the top here. All right. And so alchemy, the shaded area on the map above is best described as the what? So we're talking about this, all of this right here, in this shaded piece, right? We know that that's a tropic. 17 is A. 17 should be A, yeah. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. I had a long day. And I've only just started doing the paper too. That's interesting. Alright. 18. The weather system shown in the diagram above is what? So we have some pressure isobars here. Very low, by the way, so we're experiencing some low pressure. Anything below 10, 13 is low. I mean, yeah, anything below, 10, 13 is low. Right? And we have some wind here, right? We have some more stuff here. And so the weather system they're experiencing here is B. You're not experiencing a hurricane, you're not experiencing a cold front or a tropical wave, but B, right? Moving on to 19, the line labeled Y represents what? Y? 19? Well, it's not a cool front, it's not a warm front, it's not a tropical wave, so isobar. But the isobars are flowing this way. Well, that's the only reasonable answer. You guys think about number 19. Someone is saying A. What are you saying A to? You guys saying A2. Sorry if I'm not reading the chat as much. I'm trying to focus as best as I possibly can. Alright, I'm trying to pay as much attention as I possibly can, right? Why is 14A? Can someone explain that to me, please? Well, who's ever asking? I'm not particularly sure. Why is 14A? Alrighty. Are we good with where we are? 20? Yep, we're good. Alright. Let's move on then. 20. The station model behind at the line X shows the wind blowing at the speed of. So we have one line there, which means it's not greater than 50, nothing greater than 10. I mean, yeah, so we're looking at A here. The rainfall, right? Supported by the station model behind. The line X can best be described as what? This is 21. Heavy rainfall, 21C. 21C. 22. The cloud cover shown at the station model behind line X can be best described as. So how you'll determine your cloud cover is. What are we asking for? We have two. Behind line X, right? Behind line X would be here then. Line X behind line, yeah, this is totally covered then. That's totally covered. So 22 is A. Low and totally overcast. Yep. We have a total cloud covering there. Yeah, behind is the right side. So this, wait, 20? 20 right after 20. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. So behind here would be, yeah, sorry. So, I guess I read it wrong. Sorry. All right, thank you so much. 20 is actually be 15 knots. That's true because we have a 10 knot right here and you have a little 5 knots right there. And 10 plus 5 is 50. So sorry about that. Thank you so much for the correction. I really grateful for that. I mean, I did not even realize that. Even when I got to 22, I'm looking at it now. Yes, you are most definitely correct. Now, if it was here, then that's 5 knots actually. It's not even 10. That's 5 knots. Now I've got it. And so, yes, you are correct. Thank you so much. Like I said, guys, please, if I'm making any mistakes, please correct me, right? I have to say that in all my videos because I'm learning just as you. This is paper 2023 May June 2023 May June geography paper 1. Right there, 2023. All right, which of the following can be defined as a sheet of solidified magma along a bedding plane? A sheet of magma. Interesting. This is what, 23? A sheet of magma. Sheet of solidified magma along a bedding plane. We're looking at A. 24. Boy, we have the Earth. The Earth. Alright, so this is the cross mantle outer inner core, right? So what are they asking for? The section which starts at 2,900, right there, from the surface is called the mantle. 24 should be. Wait, no. the core. This is the core. See, I need to slow down. This is why I need to take my time. I need to slow down. I'm going really fast. I need to slow down because I'm getting lost too. They said from the surface it's called. Yeah, from the surface. So everything in here then, right, is the core. As I just mentioned, this is your outer core, this is your inner core, I believe. Right? Alright. 20, where are we now? Oh boy. The screen just rose for a bit there. Everything okay? Are you guys still seeing the stream? Something like it just happened, just not enough sure what it was. Alright. Let's continue. Sorry about that little pause. I was wondering what was going on with my stream. Everything is okay though. Alright, 25. What do the following processes causes the formation of an igneous rock? Igneous rock, we already know that's cooling of magma, right? 25b, cooling of magma. What do the following acids increase the rate of chemical weathering landscape? Yep, that's carbonic acids, weak carbonic acids, right? That's when, you know, rain falls and then the rain falls and then it absorbs carbon dioxide and stuff like that from, you know, yeah, forms weak carbonic acid, right? Here we go. Going good so far. Going good so far. Going good so far. 27. Do the following statements correctly describe the relationship between weather and climate? Alright. Climate refers to the conditions of the nope. Weather refers to the cloud covering the winds only. Well, no. Climate is changeable. No. Weather is the day. Yes, there you go. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere. While climate is the average. You know. And I think I'm pretty sure we just answered the question earlier. Actually, earlier about what do you call it? Oh boy, what is it? About the difference between climate and weather. 1 second, guys. 1 second. How's everything going? How's the paper? You guys liking the paper so far? Alrighty. So yes, 20. That's 25, right? 27. 25. 27 is D. Yep. 28. What are you asking me now? Limestone is a type of sedimentary rock. 28 is B. Right? Alrighty. Love this one. What type of limestone landform is labeled Y in the diagram above? Right. So we know that over here is our swallow hole. So D is out. We know that this right here is our stalagmite. C is out. And pillars are, you know, like they're formed like this. They're from to the top right there, and that, right? So 29 is supposed to be B. 29 is B. Anyone has anything about that? Is that good? Is that good? I pray so. I pray so. Alrighty. Moving on nicely. 30. Oh boy. I don't like these type of questions. They really make you pay keen attention. Which of the following statements is generally true of the population of the island? P. So we have a key here, as I always like to say, or as I'm saying now. Good to pay attention to this, right? Because it's gonna help you. It's not there for any reason. It's gonna help you. Alright, so statements is true, it is evenly distributed. A is completely out of it. A is completely out of it. The area of the highest density is in the south. The south region would be somewhere down here, right? So no. The density decreases outward from the area I. Area I, yes. That looks all right. That's a possible one. The density increases outward from the area I. No. So we're looking at 30C. 31. Wait, this question refers to how much? 30 to 31. Okay. What are the following areas has the smallest population? See what I mean? We're gonna use this key and we're gonna ask you. We're looking at that one right there automatically, or somewhere here that does not have any type of shaded region or any type of shape inside of it, right? So 31 is C. All right. Is everyone clear with that? Is that good? Is that okay? Pray that you guys are understanding so far. How are you guys feeling so far? Right? How are you guys doing so far? Pray everything is going well. Ready? We're going good. We're looking good. We're looking good so far, right? Doing good so far. Alrighty. So, yeah, great. Alright, perfect. 32. Moving on. Moving on. I'm actually liking this a lot because I'm actually learning too, which is so cool. And I'm definitely gonna have to sit back. I want to read my Bible. Go through. It was a long day. But anyway, sorry about that. 32. Here we go. Which of the following statements explain how vegetation contributes to the development of soils, right? Decaying vegetation produces a habit for earthworms. B, vegetation decomposes to produce. Yep, that's the answer that we're looking for. Why I said that? Because I've seen this question before. I was just reading to see, then I would see that answer, right? We're going good. 33. Oh boy, what is this? All right, which of the following processes is dominant in the first stage? Well, this is the first stage right here, clearly. Right here. And so we're seeing a gradual decrease, a decline in the height. What is this? Profile of river? Yeah, so we're looking at 33A, erosion. Erosion looks like it's taking place here, right? Because it's decreasing, as you can see. Erosion looks like it's taking place. So vertical erosion in the upper course of a river can lead to what? We know the only answer has to be 34B. Oh no, wrong. Hey, isn't meanders in the no, meanders are in the middle course of a river actually. I was wrong. Huh. Slow down, Romarii. Alrighty, so it's actually A. It's actually A. Alright. 35. To which sector of the economy do activities? Do activities? Interesting, CXE. 34 is A. Yeah, I realized I realized afterwards that 34 is actually A. I'm so sorry about that. I was rushing. 34 is actually A because if you think about meanders are formed in the middle course of a river anyway, right? And so A would 34A would be the only reasonable answer to that question, right? Thank you so much for correcting me, right? 35, to which sector of the economy does activities such as do activity? All right, I'll see what the CXE. do activities such as